Let's go next to Lahav from Greensboro. Lahav, welcome.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'd like to ask about the system of government that we have in the United States because, in my opinion, like multi-party parliamentary systems like in Germany or Denmark
Yes.
and other countries, well, I think that's a preferable system because mostly because of the multi-party aspect. I mean, I have issues with the two-party duopoly. I'm curious
hmm
just what do you think of the idea of a multi-party parliamentary system? Could it work here?
Well, whether it could work, I mean, I think the answer is it depends how hard we want to try. I think of course, it could work. I tend to like the multi-party parliamentary system. You often hear as a stated downside of such a system that it makes it too easy for extremists to get representation. So imagine that, 5% of the vote goes to the KKK party, and that means that they would get 21 or some number of seats in the House of Representatives or something like that. But I think there's safeguards against that, and I don't think it's as big a risk maybe as some people believe it to me. I also see it as a way of, we talk all the time, how can we break the duopoly? And often we say,
Yeah.
well, you got to get rid of the electoral college, and then you got to do
Yes.
ranked choice voting and fix campaign
Yes.
finance, all these different things. A multi-party parliamentary system, at least at the House of Representatives level, might be a shortcut to breaking the two-party duopoly. So I'm very positive for a number of reasons on it. I'm not as knowledgeable about it as someone who maybe lives in such a system. So there
Mhm.
may be downsides I'm not considering.
Understandable. Well, one downside, like Israel, is the biggest downside I can think of because what they have is each country has a cutoff for what percentage of the vote you have to get to receive seats. And in Israel, it
Yes.
is way too low. You get like 20 parties in government and an endless cycle of elections. It's a
Yes.
complete mess.
Right.
Other countries like Germany have a higher cutoff. Now, another issue, I actually support abolishing the Senate. Like, it's not democratic in its current form. I don't even see a better form of it. And if there was a parliamentary system, I don't see the point of a Senate.
Oh, I have ranted and raved about the undemocratic nature of the Senate. I forget the exact numbers, but I think it's something like the senators representing 17% of the US population can form a majority because of how undemocratic it is. And I like you, when I think about how you fix the Senate, you're basically making it the House. So do you, yeah, the Senate is a mess. I'm with you.
And final question. This one is slightly unrelated, but I always get annoyed with the media when they pretend that both sides are equal and this is just another partisan fight. And it's really not. So, how do you get that sort of, I'll call it the both sides culture, out of the media, particularly corporate media,
You just have
which
to
sadly
repeat
many
over
people
and
get the
over
news from?
again. This is not a both sides thing. So when corporate media has one person that understands and accepts the science of climate change and another person who denies it, and then you go, well,
For
both
example.
sides, you guys kind of debate and see who convinces who. One side is not based in reality. And so that's just a matter of, I think, if one is a guest in such a situation, you have to repeat that there's a false neutrality that being created here that's deceptive, but you've just got to keep repeating it over and over again. There's no other way.
Well, from their perspective, if someone, a climate denier, is going to go on to CNN and
Yeah.
then the host will announce that they're a liar, they're probably not going to actually go on. So it might be a discreet way to stop these people from actually showing up on cable news.
Yeah, I can't think of what it is, but maybe you're right. Maybe there is a way.
Okay, thank you for taking my call.
My pleasure. There is Lahav from Greensboro, and that is going to do it for calls today. We will take calls again, and I look forward to speaking to many more of you next time.